Thanks for visiting us this morning at arklatex I'm meteorologist Josh Marces with your Friday morning forecast update. We do have some fog to break through this morning. Should see a little more sun today. Will be a pleasant Friday, warmer this weekend, and we do have a strong cold front on the way Monday that will bring some thunderstorms and kind of cool our temperatures as we move into next week. So you're seeing the fog issues this morning across East Texas and Oklahoma. I haven't seen much develop here in Shreveport, and the reason the temperatures have dropped into the low 60s, and we've seen a little bit of a clearing as far as the skies in East Texas and Oklahoma. So with those two factors and the wet ground from the recent rain, that's why we're seeing some fog set up, and don't be surprised if visibility drops to about maybe a mile or less in some of these locations through about 9 a.m. You can see the clouds that are still out there kind of holding most of us in the mid 60s across Louisiana, but where we have cooled into the 50s in Idabel, low 60s Mount Pleasant, that's where we're seeing some of the fog. So that will especially be an issue for folks that are commuting on I-30 this morning. Once we get through the fog this morning, maybe a little more sun today, which should warm us into the upper 70s and low 80s. Beautiful day. Average high this time of the year is about 85 degrees, so still running below average. And once we break through the fog, may see a little bit of cloud cover above us through the early afternoon, but I think once we get late afternoon, early evening, dry air starts to win out. So I think everybody will see some sunshine at some point today, and that's what will kind of bring us those warmer temperatures. And it's setting up to be a glorious weekend. If you can recall last weekend with the cool mornings and warm afternoons and plenty of sun out there, that's what we should experience Saturday. Maybe some increasing clouds on Sunday ahead of that cold front, but your weekend highs pretty manageable, as we'll be in the 60s in the morning, and then afternoon highs will be in the 80s. There's your lows tonight. One thing to look out for if you do have some early morning plans Saturday morning, we'll probably see some patchy to dense fog once again, just given the weather conditions that we're expecting, the clear skies, cool temperatures, and the ground will still be wet from all the rain we've had this week. So look out for some dense fog in some spots, especially Saturday morning, and then we should break through that pretty quickly, setting up that nice weekend for us. Cold front comes through on Monday. It will bring some showers and storms, kind of that increasing chance of thunderstorms as we move through the day. It's actually a pretty strong cold front, so at this point can't rule out maybe some isolated severe weather, perhaps a high wind gust or maybe some large hail with a few of these cells, but it doesn't look like any kind of significant severe weather threat for us. This would be on the low end of the scale, and it may not develop at all, so make sure you are checking back for updates on Monday's thunderstorms as we continue through the weekend here. And that front should cool us into the 70s for much of next week, and some of the rain wrapping around the area of low pressure that will drive that cold front through may wind up moving back into the region next Wednesday, Thursday, but it looks like drier conditions on the way through the middle of next week. Not only the cooler highs, but likely the coldest nights that we've seen so far this season, as we'll likely see the overnight temperatures in the 50s for much of next week.